guys, welcome back to our channel Absolute Roadie. I'm Karan and you guys also know me as Prince. What's in action for us today? Well, today I'm going to speak about a bike which has created its own market segment. It has created its own niche in the market. This is a pretty new bike. It was launched in 2015. It came into production then, and it's not even 10 years, but it has created its own niche. Now this one is not a sports bike, it is not a touring bike, it's not a sports tourer. And now you may call it, and there's nothing wrong with it, I'm all for it. But how I describe this bike is an adventure sports touring machine. Without much further ado, let's get started, guys. Completely different package. I really don't see any like competition for this bike. Yes, you would compare it with some other sports touring, maybe from Kawasaki or from Yamaha, but then again they are more inclined in the perfect sports touring category. But when it comes to the S1000XR, I don't see a direct match to it. This one has created its own niche. It's a different segment altogether. I think that was a gap in the market which they beautifully filled in. Well, the market is open for competition, and let's see if we get to see some other bike from some other manufacturer. Now this one is a 4-stroke, 4 valves per cylinder, inline 4 engine, the heart of the machine. That's the core part of this machine. This is a 999cc engine which has been picked up from the BMW S1000XR. Now the engine has been optimized to meet the requirements of the BMW S1000XR, given that it's not a 100% sports bike, but it imbibes the quality of a sports machine. At the same time, it's a touring model. This one produces a whooping 165 horsepower at 11,000 RPM and peaks out the torque at 84 pound-feet at 9,250 RPM. Like I said before, guys, the engine in this machine, which has been picked up from the S1000RR, has been optimized for the S1000XR. This one has got special camshafts profile and designated manifolds to meet the requirements of the S1000XR. Now this one, therefore, is the adventure sports touring bike. When you ride it, you would enjoy the thrill of it. You will enjoy the adventure which the bike gives you. At the same time, you can ride it for long distances. You can ride it cross country. You can ride it for the whole day, and you can also enjoy in between the sportiness of this bike. Just kick the throttle, reach out to the higher RPMs, and enjoy the peak power. Well, like I said before, the reason I call it an adventure sports tourer is because of its aggressive looks. Look at the front fairing, angled to give a full exposure to the front tire. And also, if you pay attention, it has got a short tail. It gives a bike a very sporty look. And that's the reason, it becomes very aggressive, a dynamic looking bike. Now that's what I really like about bikes, where the tires of the bike hugs the edges or the rear and the front end of the bike. What it does is it makes the rider appear sitting exactly in the middle of the bike, with the tires stretching out slightly outside of the bike front and rear edges, which really gives an aggressive look to the bike, and that's what it has actually done.
Now, despite having an aggressive look, the bike offers an upright sitting stance. I am not leaning towards the handlebars. In fact, the handlebars are reaching out to me. This helps you run the bike for long miles, and that's what the XR in the bike stands for. The seat is pretty long and deep, and it offers enough space to pull back and helps in supporting the back. So guys, the bike that I have for review today is the one with the Racing Red color package. The package will cost you around $350. Now it does not end here. What I also bring to you is the exclusive carbon package, the elegant, sporty and lightweight. The package includes side trim panels and fenders made of carbon fiber. The package also includes a carbon fiber chain guard. The kit further helps in overall reduction of the bike weight. As you can see, the carbon fiber parts have a glossy finish. Now this comes from a UV resistant high gloss coating. The package, the carbon package, will cost you $1,700.
Now the 2021 BMW S1000XR is 22 pounds lighter than its predecessor. Now that's a huge weight reduction as compared to the previous year models, which makes the bike very light and nimble to move around, and that's the reason for a higher acceleration. At the same time, the total wet weight of the bike stands at around 498 pounds.
The reduced weight makes the bike nimble and easy to maneuver, make short radius U-turns, hop on and hop off the bike with ease. The chassis response is amazing. The torque throws in optimum power to pick up the bike when you drop down those gears. Well, every bike can be a daily commute, but the 2021 BMW S1000XR is so nimble and quick on its feet that it can be used as a city bike for short trips during the day. I tested the bike in residential area where I had made 90-degree turns. I made a plenty of U-turns, had to slow down for speed bumps, and the bike's response was amazing. No fatigue or tiredness whatsoever while riding the bike. Now it might be a little challenging if you are less than 5 feet 10 inches in height, as resting your feet might be an issue, but it's a matter of time. Once you get used to it, I think you should be able to manage with resting just 1 foot on the ground.
Now, another super cool feature of this adventure sports touring machine are its suspensions. Now these are dynamic suspensions, dynamic ESAs as they call it. It's the electronic self-adjusting. Now they come into play along with various riding modes which you select at the same time with the road on which you're riding. What we also see over here are the dual front disc brakes. These are radically mounted 320mm with fixed caliper 4-piston brakes, and at the rear what we have is the 265mm single disc floating caliper brake. So guys, what we see over here is the central strut suspension. Now this one also has the dynamic ESA feature. What it does is it electronically self-adjusts itself depending on the riding mode and the road condition. So guys, last but not the least, what we have over here is the shortened exhaust. Now this one, has been redesigned. It really makes the bike look very cool. It gives a sporty look. It goes very well. It's also anchored along with the short tail of the bike, so they go parallel with each other and really adds on a lot of value to the bike. What we also have is a single disc brake. This one is a 265mm 2-piston floating calipers.
The chassis is very responsive during turns. The S1000XR has an aluminum composite bridge frame, partially self-supporting engine. The 190mm wide 17-inch wheel also comes in very handy during turns. And speaking of the wheels, the front one is 120mm and again 17-inch in diameter. The rider also gets supported by the BMW Motorrad Race ABS package, which is a standard feature.
What this 2021 BMW S1000XR also has is the standard jog dial, which is there on all BMW bikes. Now this one moves front and back and also sideways, which will help you select different options in the 6.5-inch TFT screen over here. Also all the buttons are pretty large, easy to use. You also get 4 different riding modes to select on, which is rain, road, dynamic pro. Now these all are standard features on the 2021 BMW XR. At the same time, the TFT screen also offers you a Bluetooth function, and you can connect the bike with your mobile phone and your helmet, and you can use it to have conversations with your riding colleagues. You can listen to your music, you can use the navigation, instructions while you're riding. So that's one of the pretty standard features, which again are the features which helps in making this machine a better touring bike.